Hello, thank you for coming to my online poster presentation. My name is Grace Billy, and I'm going to present my research plan. Active music making is a person's lifetime engagement with musical activity, and it is known to be positively correlated with executive functions. Executive function is a higher order cognitive skill underpinning goal-directed behavior, and it has three factors: inhibitory control, cognitive flexibility, and working memory updating. However, the underlying mechanism of this relationship is yet unclear. Other studies found that musicians have better sensory discrimination and fluid intelligence. According to Völke and colleagues in 2013, sensory discrimination, fluid intelligence, and working memory are significantly overlap with each other. The relationship can be explained with process overlap theory by Kovacs and Conway in 2016, in which domain-specific abilities may affect the domain general ability. In the middle, you can read the model that I will test. First, I want to ask you to focus on the three cognitive variables on the right side. My first hypothesis is executive functions will mediate the positive relationship between sensory discrimination and fluid intelligence. This is in line with what I have presented in the background. For my second and third hypothesis, let's see the model as a whole. The second hypothesis is sensory discrimination will mediate the positive relationship between active music making and executive functions. The last hypothesis is sensory discrimination will mediate the positive relationship between active music making and fluid intelligence. Why is sensory discrimination the mediator between active music making and other cognitive variables? This is according to the past study that music has cross-sensory correspondence with sensory discrimination. Therefore, people who play music regularly may have better ability to discriminate sensory information, especially auditory discrimination. Below the model, you can read the instruments that I will use to assess each of the variables. All of these hypotheses I have mentioned will be tested using structural equation modeling. We expect that executive functions will mediate the relationship between sensory discrimination and fluid intelligence. And also, we expect that sensory discrimination will mediate the relationship between both executive functions and fluid intelligence. The findings of this study will confirm the relationship between those variables. In the future, experimental studies are needed to determine the directionality between those variables. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Any comments or questions will be much appreciated.